Sometimes a guy's gotta have it, and sometimes he has to get it from himself, and with the help of video aids no less. But what makes this harder or more difficult is when you don't have a computer to view such material, or even worse, a home. A Eugene, Oregon man suffering from a severe case of blue testes spent an entire month in late 2011 breaking into the same homes on the same street in order to view porn sites and satisfy a certain craving. In one case, he was caught, not red-handed, but something similar. A woman had entered her home and was startled by the sight of porn on her laptop, not to mention the lubricant and towels all over the floor. The pervert perp in question was standing outside her sliding door, demanding he be let in. She immediately got on the phone to the police, but the man stormed in and took back the cell phone he had left behind, and the lubricant too. She explained the sticky situation to the arriving officers, who didn't take long to realize they had a serial stroker on the loose. Several other residents of the street reported the same scene when they'd arrive home after a time away. The man apparently was too lazy to clean up his mess, leaving towels strewn about and the computers turned on to the kinky websites. A search of the area for the man was conducted, but he had already blown. It took another incident of a homeowner stumbling upon the slippery suspect for him to be tracked down by police while trying to flee. A year later, the man was sentenced to 34 months in prison on various charges. The porn burglar, now becoming a turd burglar. A holier-than-thou attitude is never appreciated, but one man took it to new levels at his local church in late 2010. The 55-year-old got past a locked door at the First Christian Church in Ames, Iowa, and found before him a treasure trove of goods in the cellar. Best of all was the church's DVD player, which allowed him to use a key ingredient that every good burglar needs, a XXX rated sex DVD. Luckily, he was not come upon. Well, waking up the next morning refreshed and relieved, he grabbed a large garbage can from the basement and began loading whatever he could find. From utensils to clothes to the church's 26-inch flat-screen TV, he made his way out a side door. The fun ended when he was noticed by church personnel through a window. They then phoned in police. The man was apprehended just a few minutes later. He has reportedly found Christ while in jail. Then there are those much more harmless cases. It was a real-life Home Alone scenario for a 17-year-old Jacksonville, Florida boy in November of 2010. Only problem, the home wasn't his. After getting into an argument with his daddy the night before Thanksgiving, the youth ran into the night looking for a place of refuge. Spotting an empty house during the evening led him to believe the occupants might be out of town for the holiday weekend. Applying keen teen skills of ingenuity, he noticed a garage remote in an unlocked car sitting in the driveway. With one click, he was in. Baking brownies, mixing screwdrivers, watching TV. It was a glorious escape. The only difference from the Culkin Macaulay movie was that this time, it was the burglar indulging in all the fun. Realizing that the true dwellers would have to return someday, the next morning the boy prepared to steal the truck in the driveway and become a road warrior. Conveniently, the keys had been left on the seat. Not forgetting that all-important road need of excessive booze, he gathered what he could find from the house's liquor supply and stocked the truck with mixology favorites. It sadly ended when a concerned neighbor phoned the traveling homeowners to let them know that their garage door was wide open all night. They asked that the neighbor check it out, and he did so, only to have the teen reach for a gun he had found on the premises and bolt from the scene. He was found hours later and booked on burglary and trespassing charges. And in keeping with the theme, several porn tabs were left open on the resident's computer. Perverts aren't limited to the U.S. neither. It was August of 2011 in Berwick-upon-Tweed in England when a couple awoke to a commotion in their doorway. There stood a man, scissors in hand, just staring at them. He was scared off with threats of calling the police. Investigators found that his jaunt to the bedroom was shortly after briefly watching adult activity on the couple's computer. He was captured and revealed to be only 19 years old, and was subsequently tried for trespass and intent to commit a sexual offense. His sentence was 2.5 years, which was 2.5 more inches than he ever saw. Back in the good old US of A, another sexually challenged individual was doing double duty. In April of 2014 in Butte, Montana, 2 homeowners found out the same man had been entertaining himself while they were away. One discovered items missing and porn charges on his cable bill. Another actually catching the man straight up in his garage watching adult films. Upon further inspection, the homeowner was also devastated to find that 7 seasons of Smallville on DVD had also been absconded with. In one of the incidents, the homeowner attempted to chase the man from his house. Though the perv had no shoes on and was only wearing overalls, he got away. Later, when the intruder was captured, he denied stealing the DVDs but admitted to viewing the X-rated programming. And in another unrelated case, a suspect, later determined to be homeless, brought his own porn along with him to the home he broke into, which he then left behind. It gets worse. The man was also reported to have brought his bag lady girlfriend into the homeowner's bedroom as well to view the dirty content. Her clothes were found on the ground of the residence, the homeowner's wife not recognizing them. It was assumed that the man was using the same homes on multiple occasions because of owners returning to find porn left on their televisions. Oddly enough, the suspect's first name was listed as Darwin. Worse yet, this guy apparently got laid more homeless than most men do with at least 700 square feet. The only good that can be taken from all these run-ins was that no serious harm came to the residents of the homes, and the worst medical emergency being hyperventilation when a Georgia teenage girl stumbled upon a man in her home viewing explicit media. The glue to all these cases has been simple forensics, including fingerprints on a vodka bottle and male DNA in a towel that matched that of a suspect. Eyewitness accounts were of a great help as well, but authorities are becoming more alarmed at the prevalence of these cases, which now number nearly 10 in the last 5 years.